Welcome to Moving to Portugal Daily, episode 112. I'm Mateus Costa. Today, we cover moving to Portugal with a family, visas, exact cost numbers, common paperwork errors, and a practical 90-day playbook so your spouse, children, or elderly dependents arrive and settle with as few surprises as possible.
Quick promise. In the next 9 minutes, you'll get the real baseline numbers I use with clients, the 3 paperwork mistakes that cause most delays, and a day-by-day 90-day sequence you can follow to lock in residency, schooling, and healthcare. No sales fluff, just actionable steps.
Section 1. Which visas actually accept dependents, and what to expect? For most families, the practical options are the D7, passive income, pension, remote worker route, and family reunification tied to an existing resident or worker. D7 accepts spouses and minor children by default when you submit a clear family unit. Family reunification is used when one family member already has legal residency or a work visa and brings dependents afterwards. Timelines. Initial national visa from outside Portugal typically takes 60 to 90 days for processing at consulates. After entry, the CEF residency appointment and card issuance is commonly another 60 to 120 days, depending on location. For family reunification, timelines can be similar or slightly longer if additional background checks are needed. Pros and cons. D7 is predictable for long-term stays and easier to present proof of means up front. Family reunification can be faster if the sponsor already has a robust Portuguese employment or residency record. Practical tips here. If you're applying from abroad, get translated and apostilled birth and marriage certificates before you book your consulate appointment. If the family includes elderly dependents, include medical summaries and a power of attorney translated to Portuguese. CEF expects clear dependent narratives. If the sponsor has a work contract, include the contract plus 3 months of payslips. For D7, prioritize recurring income proof, pensions, rental income, dividends, or bank statements showing regular transfers. Section 2. The money, housing, and schooling numbers you need to budget for. Start with the proof of means baseline I recommend, roughly €9,600 per year as a conservative baseline for one adult in 2026 paperwork discussions. This aligns with current informal practice used by many consultants when CEF requests a minimum living amount. For dependents, plan to add roughly €4,000 to €6,000 per dependent per year in evidence. So a couple with 2 children should show in the order of €9,600 plus €4,000 plus €4,000 equals approximately €17,600 per year as a conservative documented baseline, or more comfortably, 20K plus when you add buffers. Important note. Proof of means can be satisfied with recurring income statements, pension, employer transfers, or reliable freelance contracts, or by demonstrating savings with a clear withdrawal plan. CEF prefers to see a mix, recurring transfers plus some reserves. I advise a 10 to 20% contingency above the minimum numbers when you present your dossier. Housing and schooling enter play. For residency evidence, you'll need a rental contract or property deed that shows sufficient space for the family. A 1-bedroom rental in central Lisbon may not satisfy evidence for a family of 4. Aim for 2 or 3-bedroom documentation. Schooling costs vary widely. Public schooling is free, but requires local residency proof and can take time to enroll. International private schools range from roughly €4,000 to €15,000 per year, depending on the school and grade. Region matters. Lisbon typically sits at the high end, Porto, mid-range, Algarve, variable with seasonal premiums. Factor school commute and availability into your housing choice. Being close to the school speeds enrollment and prevents gaps. Healthcare and insurance for dependents. Once you have an EU registration or residency card, you can register for the SNS, Public Health System, which covers primary care and hospitals, but initial access timelines vary, and some clinics require proof of NIF and local registration. For immediate coverage, private international family plans run from about €500 to €1,200 per year for basic family cover, and more for broader outpatient or pre-existing conditions coverage. Prescription coverage can be a surprise. Some private plans don't cover existing chronic medications without a prior medical assessment. My recommendation, enroll with private family insurance for the first 3 to 6 months.
Complete SNS registration in parallel, then evaluate longer-term coverage once you have residency and family doctors assigned. Section 3. What most people miss. The 3 paperwork mistakes that cause rejections or long delays, and the 90-day action plan you can follow. Mistake 1. Missing or improperly apostilled family documents. Correction. Get original birth and marriage certificates apostilled and professionally translated. Include both the original and the certified translation in your dossier. Mistake 2. Weak proof of accommodation. Correction. Secure a lease or property deed in the family's name and include a landlord declaration if the lease is short-term. Mistake 3. Unclear dependent narratives. For instance, not showing how an elderly relative will be supported or how a non-dependent adult fits into the household. Correction. Write a short, clear family statement in Portuguese or English that ties each dependent to the sponsor with dates, support details, and intent to reside.
Now, the 90-day checklist. Prioritized, day-by-day sequence so your family can land and settle. Day 0 to 30. Finalize apostille translations. Secure lease or purchase documents. Apply for the consulate visa, D7 or family reunification, and collect proof of means packets. Also, apply for school pre-enrollment where possible. Day 30 to 60. After entry. Book CEF appointments. Register for NIF numbers at Finanças for each adult and responsible parent. And start SNS enrollment paperwork. Day 60 to 90. Complete CEF residency card collection, finalize school registrations in person, bring NIF and proof of address, transition to longer-term health insurance if desired, and notify your home country tax advisor about impending tax residency changes. Throughout, keep digital and physical copies of every document, and have translations and apostilles organized and labeled.
A few extra timing notes. Public school enrollment often requires local residency or proof of address. Don't assume you can enroll the week after arrival. SEF schedules are regional. Lisbon and Porto can take longer for the initial card, so plan temporary private schooling or insurance if you need immediate coverage. And tax residency typically follows the 183-day rule, or having a habitual residence. If multiple family members move, discuss timing with a Portuguese tax advisor to avoid unexpected liabilities. Quick recap. Key numbers. Baseline €9,600 per year for one adult as a conservative evidence figure. Add €4,000 to €6,000 per dependent. International schools, €4,000 to €15,000 per year. Private family insurance, €500 to €1,200 plus per year. Single paperwork sequence that prevents most problems. Apostilled and translated documents, secure lease or deed in suitable size, clear proof of means, recurring plus reserves, SEF and Finanças registration, school and SNS enrollment. If you want the downloadable 90-day checklist, a templated family statement, and the full itemized budget template I use with clients, the link is in the episode notes. I also have a detailed family relocation course that walks you through document samples, translated templates, and region-specific school lists. Check the course page linked in the notes to enroll. If you have a specific family scenario you want me to address in a future episode, submit a question via the contact link in the show notes, and I'll answer the most common ones on air. That's your clear action plan for today. Apply it and move closer to your Portugal life. Let's run the numbers and make your move to Portugal.